Good morning, everybody. This is Liz Schote, registered dietitian and director of clinical nutrition here at Jackson Purchase Medical Center, doing another Learning with Liz lesson today. So today our topic is going to talk a little bit about different seasonings. I've done this in the past, but I recently went to a dietitian's meeting. Some people might think dietitian's meetings are probably kind of boring, but actually they're not. They're very informative. But the last one that we had, we actually had someone from an extension office talk about different herbs and spices and mixtures with those herbs and spices to help flavor our foods. Because it's important, things gotta taste good. And if we really need to avoid our salt intake with seasoning of foods, what are we gonna season our foods with? How's it gonna taste? So I just thought I would kind of talk a little bit about some different spices and some different herbs and what they go good with, and then we're gonna make a little salt-free seasoning recipe that is so good. So I hope if you're hunting for something that you would like to maybe fix, make this at home. It just uses some just regular spices, ingredients, nothing kind of crazy or expensive. But it is super good. It really is. So, what tastes good with what? Do we use fresh or do we use dried? So I'll be attaching a little article to this talk that talks about, what goes good with what, how much do you use of this instead of this, that type of thing. Because if you use fresh herbs, you may need to use a little bit more than using dried herbs, because dried herbs oftentimes are a little bit more concentrated. Actually, at this meeting, the dietitians, we all actually made our own little herb garden. It's kind of cool. Mine's actually still alive at home. I can't believe I kept it alive. But, we had some soil and we all probably did about 4 different herbs, planted them. So I actually have cilantro growing at home, parsley, some, garlic leek, and as well as some basil. So it's really cool. I can just go out to my back porch and cut it off and put it in some different types of foods and stuff. So, but even if you grow fresh herbs, you can dry them yourself also. Or you can buy, in the dry form at your grocery store, and can buy those things. So, but if you don't use it with the right food, it's not going to taste very good. So it's always very important to make sure that we're trying to put it with the right foods. You also can find them, like I said, at the grocery store. You can find them. Farmers markets may have different types of the common herbs that a lot of people use, which is like basil, oregano, rosemary, parsley, sage, thyme. So it's kind of good. You can find those things. And like I said, this article that I'm going to attach, I'm kind of looking at, will tell you what goes good with what. So, like Italian foods, oftentimes we think about basil. It actually has a little bit of a sweet flavor to it, but it's also good. I put it in some fresh green beans the other night. It was fantastic with that. You can do cook a chicken with basil. Gives a great seasoning with that. You can also, like pesto. If you're going to be really adventuresome and make some pesto, you can put that basil in that pesto and gives it a really good flavor. Oregano is another very well used Italian herb, used mainly in like our sauces, pizza sauce or a pasta sauce. It's also good with different salad dressings, things such as that. Parsley is probably one of the most versatile spice or herb that there is out there. It can be fresh or it can be dried. We think about it using it just as a decorative type of feature on a plate, but it also is good with different kinds of foods too. So usually a lot of times we think using it more with, say, some Italian dishes and things such as that. So that's kind of one I've always thought, just to decorate my plate with it, but you actually can put it in different kinds of foods. Sage is a very strong smelling type of herb that's out there. We think about putting in things like dressing, stuffing. It has a little bit of a pepper taste, so it's good with different things. Breads, onions, celery, sausage is in that also. Thyme is is one that is going to be actually in our little seasoning mix that we're going to make. It's again a Mediterranean type of herb that's out there. It's got a little bit of a sweet taste is what it does. So, and then garlic, and onion. Those are probably the two most common ones that we all use. We want to use onion powder, not onion salt, because of course, if you use the garlic salt or the onion salt, you're going to have salt in it. So get the powder version of that, and that helps us a whole lot more with that. Also, another thing that's going to be in our little herb mixture is some paprika, as well as some ground black pepper. So also attaching to this the little herb mixture, that recipe we're going to make, as well as two different kind of dressing recipes. One's a creamy Italian herb dressing and one is a zesty herb salad dressing. They're both fantastic. The creamy Italian herb dressing is made using yogurt, plain yogurt, instead of using sour cream, or you could use low-fat sour cream with it also. Uses light mayonnaise, some skim milk, some dried Italian seasoning, and either a half a clove of garlic or minced garlic, or your dried garlic also. And then the zesty herb salad dressing has some vegetable oil. You can use olive oil, very heart healthy for us. Some vinegar, has orange juice, dried oregano, dried basil, black pepper, and a tiny amount of salt in it. So both of those are just excellent recipes. So let's make our salt-free all-purpose blend. Mrs. Dash is a great brand that you can buy that's already different types of mixtures, but sometimes people say, I don't like Mrs. Dash. I'm like, okay, well, let's kind of make our own thing. So I'm just going to put this all in a little plastic baggie. You could put it in a bowl or whatever, but I'm going to put it in a little plastic baggie to kind of help us out. So the first thing is we're going to do some garlic powder, let's see. Woo! That's my garlic powder. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. So hopefully I got 2 tablespoons out here. So we'll just stick that in here, and then here's the other. Kind of a little shy, but that's okay. Then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of onion powder. So onion powder, woo, pretty oniony smelling. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of that. And I'm telling you guys, I have used this with vegetables. I've used this in scrambled eggs. I've done like a sauteed vegetable and use it. I even put it on top of a salad, mix it a little bit with some ranch dressing. Fantastic. We're gonna use some paprika. Boy, that stuff's kind of strong smelling. Use a tablespoon of paprika. And then we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of thyme. So I've got it's just like thyme leaves is what we're going to use. You can get dried thyme, but I kind of like the texture of the dried in the leaf form. There, so you get 1.5 teaspoons of that. And then you only use 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Now, if you like more ground pepper in it, you could put more than that. If you wanted to add a little spice to it, even like a spicy type of flavor, you could add like some crushed red pepper in it. But that's all you do, and there you go. And then you can use however much you want to use it on anything. Like I said, I'll take a little teaspoon and just kind of put it around on different things. Like I said, I've done it in sauteed vegetables. I've done it in scrambled eggs. I've used it in like I said, on salads. It's really, really good. So there's a great little recipe. So I hope you enjoyed our lesson today. If you want more information about how to grow your own herbs, a great place to go is to the Extension office. They have all sorts of instructions and can help you with that, as well as looking things up online too. But sometimes you like to talk to somebody. But the Extension office that's in every county can give you, helpful hints with that. So if you have any questions about today's topic or have any ideas that topics you'd like for us to discuss, just drop us a little line in here, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for watching.